So guys, this is the first step to add interfacing. Then I'm going to fold it following the allowance that I kept. So after folding it like this, I'm going to fold the hem part by 2 inches. Anything I do on one side, I'll definitely repeat on the other side. So take note of it. So after folding that, I'm going to cut my lining fabric for the outfit. You can see this lining. It's amazing. I love the quality, the style, everything about it is on point. So while the fabric is unfolded like this, can remember that I folded the edges. So I'm going to make sure that I place this fabric to overlap at this point by just 1 inch. So that's what I'm doing right away. I'm overlapping it by just 1 inch. Then I'll cut. When I get here, I'm gonna take it straight to this point. I hope you get that. Then I'm leaving like half of an inch up here, straight down here. Okay, so that's what I got here. You can see this excess. So for the back panel, I've also folded in the sides like this, and I added my stay. You can see the stay here. So you see all this, I've added the stay already, and I folded it in like so. And I'm going to cut the, you can see this part, I just intentionally created it this way so that to ease my cutting. So if you could recall in the other video, I had to cut it before I folded it, but this particular one, I'm just folding it in before I actually cut it. So this is it. Okay. Same with this side. But for the neck parts, you have to be very precise and make it on point. Not bigger, not smaller, but the same, like the same, precisely the same. Okay, so that's what I have. I'm going to mark where I have my pockets now. So I didn't really indicate while drafting, but it's not too late because I can still get what I want to get. So I'm going to overlap this by 1 inch because this is actually how the fabric is going to sit on the front panel. Okay, 1 inch overlapping. All right, so I'm good to go. So having everything equal, I'm going to mark from here down to the chest region. That is about 9 inches or 8.5. All right, so I'm still going up by 9 inches. All right. So at this point, what I have here is okay. So I'm going to start stitching on here. Okay, guys. So as usual, I have my pattern here. So I'm going to start stitching. You can see this. Let's start from this particular one. I'm just going to take it gently. You know, when you're making something like this, you don't really need to rush. You have to take your time. Always put your pattern underneath to prevent the fabric from folding unnecessarily. Okay, so here we go. Let me stitch now. I'll start with the back tack, then I'll continue the stitches. Let me just get the first pin out of the way. So you can see how flawless this is looking. You can see now. Everything is just so beautiful. And if you look at the fabric, it's very, very smooth. I hope you can see that. So because I had to take my time to stitch it, it's not really rough and everything is just at the tip of it. So I'm going to repeat the process throughout the four pockets. I'm just going to tear off this because you cannot allow it, you cannot leave it on the fabric. It has finished its work. So just get it off completely and you're good to go. So if you're not comfortable using pattern papers, you can use gum stay around where it is necessary. Okay. All right. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Very, very neat. Very, very neat. If you have not seen how I designed this pocket, do well to check the link in the description box. You're going to have access to the video tutorial on how I went about creating this beautiful piece. Okay. The next thing for me to do now is to put the cover, the pocket cover. It will still need the pattern paper. So just make sure that you apply, like, insert something behind, flip it over like this, and then adjust it to about half of an inch closer to the pocket mouth, so to speak. Then you're going to stitch on the pocket like so. You're going to back tack first. All right. So after stitching like this, I'm going to trim off this excess. So be careful not to cut the main fabric. Be very careful when you're trimming this, not to cut the main fabric. All right. So you can see what I have. I'm going to flip it over like this, and then I'll still make a top stitch. So while making the top stitch, ensure that you have your pocket cover set and it is lapping well. I love to back tack and stitch very close to the edge. Just go ahead and stitch very close to the edge. Okay. So this is looking amazing, isn't it? You agree with me that this is really amazing. So that's just how I went about attaching the pockets, and here is my button. So when I'm done, I'm going to make a buttonhole. Then I'll go ahead and attach it on this part so that it can be closed and open at ease. So that's what we have there. Okay guys, so when I'm done with the pockets, you can see the next thing for me to do now is to attach the lining. So this is the lining. I'm just going to pick one for this. I think this goes for this one. Yeah, this goes for this. So I'm going to join it like this, right side facing each other. Let's do that together. So you can see this that I left here. Left some excess here. So guys, for this particular one, I'm simply just going to flip it over and back tack. When I get to this point, I'll stop at like half of an inch. So let's do that together. I'll first of all back tack. In each outfit, I usually have different ways of making things the way I want, the way I feel at the moment, the way I feel it is proper for that outfit. So if you have been following me on my previous edition of my safari suit, you can recall that I didn't use this particular method. So this one, I feel I should use this particular method because that is what I noticed will be proper for this one. So after stitching it like this, I'm just going to trim off some excess to this point, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, this way, and then cut this off here. So after cutting it here, I'm just going to literally get this out of the way, this particular one. Okay, so let me just notch this place. I'm going to notch it like this. All right, so now after notching this point, that will ease my um, turning it round like this. Get this out of the way. I hope you're following. Then I would now continue the stitches. Just get it down till around that half of an inch. So that's what I got there. All right, so returning it. This is perfect. You can see this is very clean and perfect. Guys, there is more to fashion designing. There is more to fashion designing. So you can see how neat this is. It's looking so professional, and when I iron it down, you may wonder how this was gotten or this was achieved. So now for me to finish up this other side, I'll basically push it in like this, and I'm going to stitch from where I stopped the stitches like so. I'll just connect it down. I'm pushing this in, and notice that this other side is going to be like this. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just finish it up now. like this. You see? All right, so this is how this is gonna be. Okay, at this point, and this other one is going to come up from here. Let's do that together. So you can see where I am pointing at now. See, this is where the stitches stop. So I'm now inserting it like this. Then I will stitch it up to half of an inch here, this way. I'm just so I'll trim this off because this is really not useful to me. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, everything is just coming out amazingly beautiful. You can see this. So you see this excess here? It is on point. Yeah, it is really on point. So you can also notice that there is an excess here. Everything is okay. Everything is really okay. So it's on point. So now the next thing for me to do is to place it well, give it a thorough ironing with a steam iron when I'm done joining the two sides. So I'll do that off the camera. Then we will continue our stitches. I'm now going to attach the back panel. So this is the back panel, you can see. So I'm going to match it up like this. Okay, so this is where it is. I'm matching everything up now. Okay, so I'm going to now stitch by 0.25 in this part, 0.25 like this. Okay, and when I get to the junction, I'm going to stop there. Then flip over my outfit like this. Then I will follow the 1 inch stitches. So this is basically supposed to be 1 inch like this. Okay. Okay. Remember, I added 1 inch allowance with reasons, so you can do well to use 1 inch too. So if you use half of an inch, just go ahead and stitch it by half of an inch. All right. Okay. So this is it. By so doing, I'm already getting my slits. See now, it's already coming out. So beautiful. So beautiful. See that? See that? This is beautiful. Yeah, can see that. It's very beautiful. All right, let me not just gush over it throughout the day. Let's move. I'm picking up the second panel and I open it up like this, matching it up just as I did. So guys, even when I start from this part, you can see that it still comes out very unique. You can see everything is matching up because I actually cut everything the same as such. It's giving me what I wanted. So there was a time that when I stitched this slit, it raised up, like it should not be balanced on the back of it. That time it was hard because each of the suits that I made will turn out to be the problem on the slit. So if you have experienced something like that, don't give up because this is an opportunity for you to learn the best way in achieving a relaxed and balanced slit. So what is usually the cause of the problem is you are taking the lining fabric to be the same with the main fabric. So whenever you are cutting your lining fabric, ensure to cut it for it to have some excess. Please leave some excess in between, both at the length part and on the other side of it. So what am I trying to say here? If you have not seen how I cut this particular lining and the one that I did on the suit series, so do well to check the way I cut it so that you can actually get a balance and well relaxed back when you're making your own suit. Okay guys, so after ironing it, this is what I have. And see how beautiful everything's lying. So I have added some hemming gum here and also here while ironing it. This is to ensure that I have a very relaxed and flat part here and here. This is the center front, so everything has to be relaxed. The next thing for me to do now is to flip this part open. You can see how it is. So I'm going to allow it to align like that. While I flip it over like this, see this part? I'm picking it and I'm flipping it over at this crease point like this. Okay. So I'm now going to stitch it down to this point here. You see? So when I do that on both sides, I'll show you what to do next. I have stitched this. Now, see? I stitched it down to this place, just as I said. And flipping it over now. This is what I have. I'm just gonna iron it down. This part, see this part? This part, that's what I'm gonna work on next. What I'm going to do now is to notch it. So this junction is where I'm going to notch. You see, that's where the two fabric meets. So I'm still going to notch it here, so you understand what I'm trying to do. Now you can see I'm picking this part to match up with this other part. Then I'm going to stitch it straight down to this place, leaving half of an inch here. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. And I'll do the same thing. I've been doing this over and over, so check out my other videos. All right, so here it is. I stitched it and I cut it out. I trim off the excess. That's what I did here. I stitched it. So let me just trim off this excess. Now, see. So this is what I have. Let me go ahead and iron it. First of all, open up this part like this. That's what I'm gonna do here. Then flip it over like this, showing that you have your sharp pointed ends. So push it out totally. And then this is what we have here. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? I'm asking you. Just go ahead and tell me. It's absolutely beautiful, right? Yeah. This is so amazing. Amazing. All right. So you can see everything is neat. So the next thing for me to do now is to join the lining. So I'll go ahead and join my back lining. So I'll flip this over like this and connect it from here by 1 inch down to this point. And I'll do the same thing with this other side. Of course, let's go over to the machine and do that. So let's join this together. At this point, I'm going to match it up and stitch by half of an inch, by 1 inch, like this. What's wrong with the lights? What's happening? Then lining to lining, everything. Yeah, that's for the first part. Now for the next part, you're still gonna flip it over. Okay, so guys, this is what it is like. I've stitched this, you can see now. So now what's remaining is to join this other part, and then I'll continue this side. So I'll just basically pick it up like this. See this? I'm just going to pick this up and stop somewhere here. I'll stitch it down to that point, like this. So I'm told that it is already time up. I've been notified that my time is up. So let me just finish the slits, and we're going to round it up there until next time. So let me just go ahead, stitch this part. Okay. Okay, guys. So after closing that, this is what I have. Now the final thing to do is to join this down part. So I'm going to join this down part now. So to join this down part, I'm going to flip it over like this, and I will pick it up from the inside like this. You can see, matching up this point together. Then I'm going to just close it down from where I stopped the stitches. I'll just close it down to the end. Okay. Okay. I will have to be sure of where my center point is, because that is where I'm going to match up this other center point. I'm stitching it now. Then I'll also match up this side, and I will stitch it down to this point. So guys, this is how far we can go for this video. My time is up, so let's do it in another video. So we're going to complete it in the next one. So you can see this excess that we have. I stitched everything, came out so beautiful, so relaxed. So oh my god, I love what I have already. So let's do it again in the next video to complete this suit. And we are going to finish up the collar and everything. So from me now, it's a bye bye. See you in my next video. Bye.